I am the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. So, I recently started a series to determine how overpowered my Necrons really are. And so far, out of 5 games, they've won 3. So, at least one of those games was kind of a struggle victory thing, so I don't know. So, we're going to try something a little slightly different today. Still the same game series and all, but we're going to do a Night Castellan since Billy left him here still. So. Still gonna go with this hilly graveyard kind of dealio thing here. But we got this fully loaded Night Castellan, a Volcano Lance, and a Plasma Decimator, and 2 Twin Meltas, and 2 Twin Siegebreaker Cannons, and a Shieldbreaker Missile, and 2 Titanic Feet. This thing is super pimped out. So yeah, this thing always scared me until I got my own Chaos Knight. Yeah. So. Then for the Necron side, we have 2 3-man groups of Scorpack Destroyers, and then 2 Heavy Destroyers with the Gauss Destructor. And in their defense, I did kill a Chaos Knight not too long ago with 2 of these Heavy Destroyers, so maybe they can do the same to a Night Castellan, even though it's better armed and has more wounds. I don't know. The Night Castellan won the roll-off, so we'll set up for deployment, and then this is going to be a battle. Okay, so the Knight is situated here at the base of the hill area, and the Necrons are lined up here on the back with the Destroyers on the ends. Sorry, the Heavy Destroyers on the ends, and the Scorpack Destroyers on the insides of this thing, ready to start charging up over. The Knight did win the roll-off, so we'll start with Admech turn 1. Okay, so he advanced up to the actual base of the hill area thing there, and he can't see anybody, and that's the end of his turn. So we'll go over to Necron movement. So everybody advanced up onto the hill here. This Heavy Destroyer got a really good advance roll. Everyone else just kind of got mediocre ones. But they're all up on the thing, but still, nobody can see anybody, so that'll take us to the Admech Night Castellan turn 2. So the Night Castellan was able to advance up to here, and although he can see this destroyer, he did advance, so yeah, he's too far away for his meltas, so it'll go to the Necron turn movement. So these Scorpacks and these Scorpacks all advanced to get further up closer here. This Heavy Destroyer also advanced way up there, and this Heavy Destroyer just moved up a little bit. So this Heavy Destroyer is also the only one that can do anything, so he's going to shoot at the Night Castellan, and he successfully saved the wound. So, yeah. So that'll take us over to the Night Castellan's turn. Movement. Not entirely, no, he's definitely going to move. It's kind of a terrifying sight as a Necron player. Even knowing that I have Destroyers there and that I got Destroyers coming, that's still scary as crap. Especially knowing that it's the Knight's turn to shoot. This is going to be a bad experience. So, I might not have brought enough Necrons for this guy. He killed the Locust Heavy Destroyer and 2 of the Scorpack Destroyers, and messed this guy up pretty badly, so yeah, it was pretty crazy. You know what? He's gonna charge that thing too. Why not? So the Night Castellan made it in, and somehow the Scorpack managed to save against all of the attacks, well, all the ones. So he didn't do anything in return, but he didn't die either. So kudos to him. So that'll take us on over to the Necron turn. So the Heavy Destroyer is going to remain up there and just shoot from a healthy distance. The heavily wounded remaining survivor of that small Scorpax just kind of fell back down the side. And this fresher unit has kind of moved up towards closer so they can charge in. But first we'll do the Necron shooting phase. So the heavy destroyer got a little bit of revenge in and did 4 points of damage to the Night Castellan. So we'll go into the charge phase, which will be this brave group of Scorpex charging into the wall of weapons that is this Night Castellan. Okay. So in Overwatch, all of this thing's guns managed to kill a Scorpex destroyer. So in return, during the fight phase, they did 10 points of damage to it, and its Titanic feet did 2 damage to one of them. I consider that a pretty fair trade. So yeah, that'll take us on over to Night Castellan's turn. Yeah, he's probably gonna back away. So the Night Castellan did indeed fall back, but super heavy walker, so it is gonna shoot the crap out of everything it can see. Okay, shooting time. So using his Volcano Lance, he completely killed the other destroyer, and then everything else he had killed off one of the Scorpex destroyers from here. He's gonna choose not to charge. Yeah. So that'll make it the Necron's turn. So the 2 remaining Scorpex have just moved a little bit closer, and now they're gonna do a suicidal, well, probably suicidal charge into the Castellan. So we'll start with the front one there. So amazingly enough, with all the damage that this thing has done up until this point, it didn't hit a single one time with all those weapons on Overwatch. So the Scorpex got in there and did no damage to it, and it killed one and almost killed the other one. So yeah. So now it's the Knight's turn. You know, he's not gonna move or shoot, but he is gonna use his Titanic feet to try and squash. So let's do that. And with that, the Night Castellan just kind of squished him. Not even a trace. Alright, well, I'll admit I had high hopes because there were 2 Locust Heavy Destroyers, and they both had Gauss Destructors, and they did kill a Chaos Knight, but this thing's a little bigger, and even Necrons have bad dice rolls, so if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it, because I am super surprised this one turned out the way it did. Yeah, so I guess he's gonna go on to the next phase of the series. Thanks again for watching, and have a good night.